Today, let's talk about translucent plastic and why it's a bad idea for joints. This is Animated Swindle, and Animated Swindle is, he's certainly actually a really nice figure. I actually really do like him. But unfortunately, mine has succumbed to translucent plastic breakage. Yes, translucent plastic breakage. It is one of those ones. His left arm, the whole entire shoulder joint here is shattered, and you're probably seeing this being like, what the? Super glue. And I mean, it's shattered in two. The fact that he even has his arm is baffling. He was broken for years. I put him back together. And, well, he is still broken, obviously. That joint no longer rotates, which is necessary for the transformation. I'll try it. Don't worry, we're going to review him. And, I mean, he is a cool bot. I actually really love Animated Swindle's design. It's really cool. His arms do look really good. They're very, like, bulky compared to the rest of them, though, which is weird. Legs are really skinny at the thighs, as most animated figures tend to be. And then his chest is pretty basic, honestly, nothing too crazy. I do love the head sculpt on him, though. It's very good. It's a very large head, and he actually doesn't have the animated chin. Weirdly enough, he's like the one guy. The back is pretty simple as well. It just has this one panel back there with stuff on it. Otherwise, pretty good. Nothing too crazy. He comes with one accessory, that being this missile launcher, which I don't have the missile. I did have it. I don't know where it went. But I will show this, see if I can get it to go with a screwdriver. I don't think I can. There we are. If you have the missile loaded, it will turn orange. So that's pretty cool. Otherwise, it's translucent purple. So I think that is pretty neat, though. It's a pretty cool little gimmick. I do like that a lot. And I mean, overall, the robot is pretty neat. I mean, he looks good other than the fact that the translucent plastic's broken. And that's not really it, though. He does have one extra little feature, which is if you open up his stomach there, you can flip out this little minigun. I don't know why. It's there, though. And, yeah, that is essentially him. I'm going to rotate that because I noticed his thigh was a little, His articulation is pretty solid. He does have a rotation in the head, but he can also look up. There goes his arm. Don't worry, it's coming off at this point. He has forward, back. He does have a rotation there. I'm not going to do it because that's what busted this arm years ago, was rotating the arm for transformation. Oh, no. He does have an elbow, which is also on translucent plastic. He then has translucent fingers that actually do have articulation to them due to transformation. So that's neat. There goes that arm again. Might have to re-up the glue on it. No waist. He does have forward and back, though, along with an outward, but it's kind of scary, so we're not going to do it. A knee joint. Again, translucent plastic, and that is it. Pretty standard for his time, honestly. There's nothing too crazy about it. I mean, it's pretty much where they were at to begin with. Pretty solid, but let's see if we can get that transformation going. So we are going to attempt to transform Swindle. This is going to be fun. We're first actually just going to take this arm off because it obviously has changed due to this. Flip in the finger and then flip in these ones like so. And then I'm going to take this whole front end here and pull it off to the side like that. This will then fold up like that. And as mentioned, it does have to be rotated, which is not possible with this arm. Mind you, it just isn't, just by how it's glued. We're going to have to try it with this arm. So we're going to rotate the arm. Spooky stuff. Fold that part down. Fold the fingers in like so. Take his head, fold it back. Take this chest piece here, fold it down. Come to the backpack, fold out these panels, and then just fold that up like so. You can then fold this down like that. Actually, we might be able to get away with this by just folding this. Yeah, we can, actually. It looks like we might be able to just fold that down and get away with the fact that his arm is broken, luckily. Anyway, I'm just going to do that. And now we have the rear end. Fold out the wheels that are under the feet. Peg the legs together there. Fold those up like so. And then take those little panels that were on the back, fold them down, and they will peg in to the legs like that. And now we just pretty much have to get this in here. And after a lot of effort, we have done it. I had to move the glue joint, which snapped really loud, but I don't think it shattered yet. It might have loosened everything up, though, unfortunately, farther, but hey, we need to get the alt form, didn't we? Which you could stick the gun on the roof. Ta-da! And I actually really do like this alt form. It is really nice. Like, it is really nice. It's just this nice little Jeep guy. It looks really good, actually. I do like the translucent purple accents. It looks cool. Again, but it costs so much. Decepticon logo. We then have all of this. I didn't really mention the kind of technical detailing going on within this part here. Looks pretty good. I mean, overall, I mean, it just looks really good. The underneath's there. It does roll, kind of. It is good. And then, as I mentioned, the gun just goes on the roof if you want to do that. It's a bit loose, though, weirdly enough. Actually, it's really only when it's forward. Otherwise, it's pretty good. And that is essentially Swindle. So let's just get to my final thoughts. Oh, boy. So for my final thoughts on animated Swindle, I think he's good. But, again, this guy has that one glaring issue. There goes the arm. Translucent plastic. It's one of those things that I'm glad Hasbro's finally starting to move away from, because it's a bad idea. It should never be used as the joints of a figure. It just doesn't end well. In this guy's case, he's old. He's from, like, what, 2008, 2009, something like that. He's over a decade. His arms were going to be shot. And again, I was a kid, and he broke. That's how it's going to happen. Any of these that were bought as toys are probably going to end up like this, because translucent plastic just doesn't last. It weakens over time. It's already weaker than normal plastic. And this is a complete showing of it. Does it ruin this figure? In a way, it does, because it just sucks he's broken. He's a really good figure, and I really do like Swindle. But he broke. He broke, and now his arm doesn't stay on very well. It doesn't. It's just floppy. It's basically the equivalent of your arm is dead forever now. Because he can't do anything with that arm. It's just gone. There probably won't be any posing pictures with this guy. There might be. Maybe there will be. Who knows? Maybe I can get one. But this guy is... I like the figure a lot. That's the problem, is I love this design. This is probably the best Swindle design, in my opinion. He just looks great, but the figure is ruined by translucent plastic. It's a tragedy, honestly. If you can get one, I would recommend it, but I would be very, very careful of him. He's a nice figure. He really is. It just sucks with that big design flaw, honestly, and he's pretty good. I'm going to give him a 3 out of 5, because I do like the figure. It's just mostly that translucent plastic. If we're being honest, it's just a big issue. His backpack's also a little floppy. Age, I guess, but it's not really a good backpack to begin with, because it's just kind of some panels. Look at that. That looks horrible. But that is essentially it for this review. This has been my review of Transformers Animated Swindle. This has been Alt Delete signing out.